Hello there everyone, welcome back to James Redmond TV. Today is not as a happy start to a video that I'm usually used to. Don't get me wrong, I'm usually fucking used to bloody cheering and going wild because Liverpool have done something boss like sign Thiago Alcantara for 20 million or fucking beat Leeds United 4-3 or go and beat Chelsea 2-0. Usually that's the type, or win a Premier League or two. But today, this isn't ideal. I bring you a bit of bad news. Basically, reports coming out yesterday. Today, if you don't know, we're playing Arsenal later. It's going to be a big game. A game that I was very confident for, but reports coming out yesterday and today that Thiago Alcantara and Alisson is set to miss the game. Just not ideal, is it? Not ideal for many reasons. Briefly on the Thiago possibly missing the game, I don't think we necessarily wanted to see Thiago for the boost in performance. More so just for the fact, like, it's Thiago, you know he's going to elevate our team a level or two. It's not that he's going to, it's not that if Thiago starts or not, we win or not. It doesn't work like that. As we know very well, we've played a lot of football before that 45 minutes with Thiago. We can win football games without him. Obviously, though, with Henderson being injured as well, let me know in the comments down below, what does this mean? What does this foresee? What does this present for Liverpool in today's game against Arsenal? Because I think, regardless of injuries or not, this is the worst time to play Arsenal. And with these type of injuries, it doesn't make it any easier. Another injury that has came out is Alisson. A question that I want to ask you is Alisson injury prone? Would you class him as an injury prone player? So when I talk about an injury prone player, an example that I would think of is Daniel Sturridge. He's injury prone because he never fucking plays. Alisson's seeming to have a similar fate to them now. Alisson, in my opinion, is the best goalkeeper in the world. He is a big reason to why we won the Champions League that season when we won it. He was a big reason, even last year, to still get all the clean sheets that he did. He's won 2 Golden Gloves in the Premier League. I'm just basically trying to offer to you that Alisson is an important part of the team. He has a real potential to become a true Liverpool legend, and it'd be a shame for that not to be fulfilled to its maximum due to the fact he's getting injured quite a bit. So it's not ideal. But as for the way I see Liverpool starting the team, because what I would have had it originally would have been Thiago in the 6, Henderson sitting in front of him with Gini. That's the way I would have set out the midfield. And I also would have had Fabinho as the centre-back, 100%. Just with the performance he had against Chelsea, it just looks like that could be a position for him to fill in, at least for now, especially against the top-class attacking side like Arsenal, who have so many attacking options like Aubameyang, Pepe, Lacazette. But now I see it possibly being the same back 5, so well, actually, Adrian will come in goal for this game. Robertson, Trent right back. And then the centre-backs, I'm seeing Van Dijk and I'm seeing possibly Joe Gomez come back in because of reports that he's back fit. Can you imagine if he was still injured? We'd be really fucked because Matip's obviously injured as well. So this means I then see Joe Gomez being brought back in next to Van Dijk, Fabinho being moved forward because we haven't got Thiago or Henderson available. So Fabinho will go back into that DM sort of role, number 6. And then sitting in front of him, I see Gini Wijnaldum and Naby Keita. Best thing about getting these type of injuries, big boy player injuries, is it is of course not ideal. But we have got squad depth, we have massively improved our team, and even with no Henderson or Thiago, which does concern me, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, that's absolutely fine, because usually we don't play as well when Jordan Henderson isn't in the team. He's the voice, and he also links up the play very well, and also, we wouldn't mind if we had to replace Henderson with Thiago, but now he's not available. So if Arsenal can expose any part of our field, it's the midfield. I think the defence is going to have to be on the A game. If I have to make a last-minute prediction, I said 4-0 in Friday's video, I think it was, and I wasn't being naive to Arsenal. I wasn't being a cocky cunt. I just genuinely believe we're levels above everyone else. Am I naive to think that? Possibly. But I have also every fucking right to believe that as of what I've just seen this starting 11 going to over the past 2 years and how they've just improved. But now I'm going to go with a 3-1 win to Liverpool. I do think we'll be susceptible to a goal, purely based on the fact with the change in system, the change in formation, therefore meaning the change in tactics. I think they can maybe expose that once. But I still think we'll be good enough to get 3. I think Mane is still going to be on fire. I think Salah's going to be on fire. I could even possibly see Bobby Firmino chipping in with a goal, even though that's not what he does nowadays. I still think he can possibly enter into that bracket. But let me know in the comments down below your last minute score predictions. It's going to be a big game, 2 informed teams. I'm fucking excited. Right, boys, and now we move into the Premier League fixtures that have took place over the weekend. Now, I am recording this on Monday, so I'm just talking briefly about the games that have took place because there's been some fucking madness. There's been some madness. We're going to be talking about West Brom, Chelsea 3-3, very briefly, Man City, Leicester 5-2. But first, before, especially the Man City Leicester 5-2 game, we're getting into that. But first, Brighton 2, Manchester United 3. Bruno Fernandes strikes again. How long? I mean, how mad has been? First off, Manchester United fans, you're talking to a Liverpool fan, Live VAR pool fan. That's what you're talking to right now. How about Manchesvar, motherfuckers? How about Manchesvar? Yous are the ones who are getting lucky with penalties this season. Bruno Fernandes doesn't score 70 to 80% of his goals if he doesn't get those penalties, if buts, maybes and all that. Still goals are goals. I'm not trying to take anything away from it. But don't be coming into my lane when VAR goes our way in 1 or 2 games. And next thing you know, the same shit's happening with you fucks. You do not get anywhere near Brighton in that game without VAR. You've played shit and you've had a terrible start to the season. Manchester United it's insane just how much they're dropping off the curve, how much they just don't look like they're fighting for the manager. Without Bruno Fernandes, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is out the job by now. I don't think with the addition of players like Van der Beek, I don't think they're as good right now. I do think they need a lift, and the way they get that lift is by signing a Jadon Sancho or whatever. I just don't foresee that transfer going through. I really, really don't. And as for the team that they've got right now, it's clearly not good enough. And that's insane to say when they've got Rashford, Martial. Don't get me wrong, I think Rashford's slightly overrated. But then you've got Pogba, and then you've got Bruno Fernandes, Van der Beek. That midfield should be able to destroy teams on itself, and it's not, because they haven't got the right tactical system there. They haven't got the right manager. They haven't got the right... The morale, everything around that club's wrong, and it has been for many, many years. And you Man United fans never saw this coming. You never saw it coming. Who's to say now Man United isn't going to win a Premier League trophy for 30 years? Man United, if you're a Man United fan and you're watching this, you've just laughed. Believe me, we never thought we were going to go 30 years without a trophy. But like what I'm trying to say is, the point that I'm trying to make is you're naive to how shit you're becoming, and it's unbelievable. Anyway, moving into another big fixture. In fact, last thing as well, will Ole Gunnar Solskjaer be the first manager to be sacked? Let me know in the comments down below. And second off, do you think Man United will get top 4? I certainly don't. Manchester City, and Leicester City, 5-2 to Leicester. Brendan Rodgers doing bits. Brendan Rodgers, mate. Where do you rank him in the manager scale? So there's categories to this shit. There's the best, there's the elite, there's fucking all of that. Where does he rank in that? I think he's top class. I think since that season with Liverpool where he got us second, I think you've had to class Brendan Rodgers as a above average manager at the very least. The way he plays, the way he gets his teams playing, the goals that he gets his teams scoring. Defensively, his teams are always susceptible to conceding, but that's just how exciting Brendan Rodgers' football is. And as we know from this game, it's very, very good against teams like Manchester City. Brendan Rodgers, I mean, I'm not 100% on this, but from my memory, he has a great track record against Manchester City, mate. He's getting good results. Even from his days at Liverpool, he was doing all right. So this did not surprise me. I did predict Leicester to get the result against Manchester City, purely based on how they play, how they can just nick a goal from anywhere. Jamie fucking Vardy, a 40-year-old non-league footballer, doing bits still. It's like he's going, I should have been in this shit about 10 years earlier, so I'm just going to make up for it now. That's how good Jamie Vardy is. I can see him 100% competing for the Golden Boot this year. I think you would be a deluded fuck to say otherwise. Obviously, Riyad Mahrez scored the opening goal in the game, just then got absolutely slapped by his old team like it was no man's business. But Leicester City, though, we've got to talk about them. We've got to talk about them for real. Are they title contenders? They competed for the top 4 for the best majority of last season. I think it's about time we start changing around this top 6, mate, because Tottenham don't look like they're falling through. We'll talk about them in a minute. Manchester United don't look like they're really improving. Even Chelsea, we were about to get onto. But Are Leicester City now a top 4 team? I think if they get top 4 this season, you can class them as a top 6 team. Let me know in the comments down below. And let me know where you rank Brendan Rodgers as a manager, because this was a great win. He's done great things since joining Leicester. And fuck me, mate, can Pep Guardiola get sacked? Like, what, lads? What's this season? Because if he doesn't deliver in the League Cups and FA Cups isn't going to be enough soon with the amount of money that they spend. So, I don't know what's next. I think if Pep Guardiola does not win a Champions League this season, this was a failure. That's what he was brought into the club to do, in my opinion. Let me know, though. I could be going a bit far there with everything he's done. Anyway, West Brom and Chelsea. I don't want to make this the episode about sacking managers, mate, but let's be real. Chelsea Football Club, they go out in the summer, they spend, 200 million. They have a good start to the season against Brighton, beat them 3-1. Didn't play too great, but they still beat them nonetheless. Fine, brilliant. Face Liverpool, the best team in the world, lose to them 2-0 with 10 men. That's okay. Now you play West Brom, the team that has arguably had the worst start of the league. That is debatable with the fact it's literally 2 games in. Well, now 3. But, mate, 3 goals in half an hour. 3 goals in half an hour. Like, Thiago Silva just didn't even know what pitch he'd walked onto. He's like, whoa, what the fuck? Like, Thiago Silva is not the Thiago Silva that you're getting from PSG all those prime years. You're not getting that. You're getting a 36-year-old washed-up, slow version of what was once a very, very good, one of world's best centre-backs. You're not getting that, though. You're not getting top 3 best centre-backs in the world. You're not even getting top 3 best centre-backs in the fucking Chelsea squad, in my opinion. And I really believe that. And I'm not saying Chelsea's defence is great, but Thiago isn't either. Kai Havertz, Timo Werner, I do think these players will start to gel. I do think they will start to kick in. It's just not ideal, and we know that Abramovich isn't patient. We know that he isn't that loyal. You know, if he was loyal, he would have kept Jose Mourinho. If he was patient, he would have gave Mourinho more time. So he's not going to give a fuck that Frank Lampard's played for the club for however many years. If he's not delivering results, he'll sack your ass. He'll sack your ass. And he won't give a fuck. And he'll smile doing it. Do you want me to tell you why? Because he's just going to have the next man in line to fucking come into the club. Let's be honest, Frank Lampard got this job, in a way, being too big for his boots anyway. So that's going to be interesting. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you see Frank Lampard getting sacked first? Because that's a very big possibility. If I had to make a prediction, I'd probably go with I did say David Moyes, but we'll get on to the West Ham Wolves game in a bit, fuck me. But I'm going to go with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I think Man United, the football isn't looking good, the results aren't looking good, but Frank is in there with a shout. Palace and Everton. Palace and Everton's the next game I want to touch on briefly. Seriously though, Liverpool fans, I know there are annoying little cousins and this, that, but can we give them this one? Are Everton top 4 contenders? Are Everton top 4 contenders? Now, I see you laughing, my fellow Reds, and that's absolutely fair enough, but let's deep it a minute. Not only are Everton winning football matches, which is something they don't usually do, by the way, they are also winning them in style. They are playing good football. One thing we know is when you play good football, that usually guarantees a few more results in the upcoming season. The thing that was so hinge-worthy about Everton is the fact that they had a good 11. They had a better 11 than most of the opposition in the Premier League, probably outside just the top 6. But the style of play weren't there, so the guarantee for the 3 points weren't there. Whereas Liverpool, they've got that, City, they've got that, and so on and so forth. Everton didn't have that. Everton now look like they've got that. Carlo Ancelotti doing bits. James Rodriguez, I don't know how wrong I've been about a player, but of course it's 3 games in. Of course there's still much more to prove. But he's looking world class, and we know Carlo likes to take him everywhere he fucking goes. So this has been great for him. Then on top of this, you've got Allen, you've got Takore doing bits, you've even got Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin fucking doing bits. Everton fans have every reason to be excited. Listen, I'm not that arsed. You've got to realise, in my lifetime, the last time Everton beat us was what, in 2010, 2011? I was 9 years of age. They haven't beat us at Anfield in my lifetime, plus they've never won a trophy. I have no reason to be jealous, angry, bitter towards Everton fans. Believe me, I'm actually happy for you. As a matter of fact, a lot of my mates who I haven't saw for about 5 fucking years have started slowly coming out of the slums and being like, hey, what's happening, James? You're alright, long time no see. Because you're playing good football and you're aren't depressed no more, and that's boss for yous and made up for yous, mate, is right. But if you think that you're going to win the league, then that's bad. But listen, we shouldn't be bitter. Give them it. Right, now the last few Premier League fixtures that has took place. Leeds United, Sheffield United. Leeds with another victory there is right. Tottenham Newcastle. Is it about time that they bring in Gareth Bale? 1-1. I never watched the full game as well, but I was watching the highlights, and Tottenham had a lot of chances. Newcastle had very few, and they were still able to nick a point. Like, it's debatable, it's controversial, but they still got the point. It's still not ideal for Jose. Let me know in the comments down below, is it time to get man like motherfucking Gareth Bale in that team? Because Kane, Son and Bale is just problems. West Ham 4, Wolves United. Wolves United. Is it Wolves United? It's not Wolves United. It's Wolverhampton Wanderers. Anyway, 4-0 to West Ham. Wolves? What's going on? You have a good performance against Manchester City. You win your opening league game of the season. And now you lose to what is most likely a candidate to get sacked first in David Moyes. Basically, boys, the conclusion of this video is the Premier League is fucked. The Premier League is fucked. We don't know who's going to finish where. We don't know if Everton and Leicester are going to get top 4. We don't know if fucking Chelsea and Manchester United aren't even going to get Europe. But this season, this Premier League, it's fucked. There isn't a top 4 no more. Fuck that top 4 bullshit. Fuck the top 6. I think it's a top 1. And I think it's Liverpool. I really do. Well, it's still top 2, to be fair. It'd be fucking rude to write off Man City like that. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You get the gist of what I'm trying to say. Let me know with everything that I've talked about in this comments down below. This video is being recorded in the morning. It's probably going to be uploaded early afternoon. So let me know if you enjoyed. Let me know if you want to see more of these daily update sort of videos. I just thought I'd go through all the Premier League games, obviously regarding the Liverpool transfer injury updates as well. But thank you for watching this video. If you did enjoy, be sure you leave a like. Also subscribe. Also leave a comment because you are boss. Also go follow my Instagram and my Twitter, James Redmond 96 and James Redmond 96, both social media handles. I have no other social media handles to plug. So I will see you all later. Thank you for watching, and in a bit.